Ba da 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 da. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Oh,
of
wait.
course.
I could barely see in this thing, bro. I don't know how he fights in this thing. It's nuts. Like I'm trying to
Uh,
see myself. Hold on. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit better. Ooh, I would die in a fight with this thing on, bro.
yeah, I
Have you
don't
watched The Mandalorian?
know.
Am I yelling? I feel like I'm yelling trying to talk to the
No,
helmet.
you're good. You're good.
Okay, okay, it's lit. I'm not gonna wear it the whole episode, but I just wanted to be in it, because I got this helmet because this helmet was there and showed up on time, unlike the Iron Man helmet I bought that was way more. I was actually well behaved with this one too. I put it on my drop list on Honey, and I was like, oh, I'll wait till it drops because it started at like 170, and then I was like, I'm gonna wait till it drops in price because I'm not gonna pay 170, and it dropped to like 152, and then I bought it, so it was like 170 with taxes. I'm gonna take it off though because like, I can't see. Oh no, I was supposed to have the little guy with me. I was gonna have him too. Hey,
Damn.
I forgot about Grogu. My bad. Spoiler alert. I forgot about Grogu. I'm gonna put my hat on because my hair's a mess. But anywho, I just wanted to start off with the helmet. Pictures coming soon to Instagram. I'm gonna do a little shoot with it, but we'll see.
Okay, cool. Are you gonna like fully dress up
No,
or
no, no, no.
just
I
the
don't have a
helmet?
full, just a helmet. I don't have a full getup for him, but there's two more things that are coming from Hasbro because it's Hasbro that does this replica type things. So I've gotten a shield from them, Thor's hammer, um, and the lightsaber that I have. So I have Mace Windu's lightsaber, and
Okay.
then they're gonna do the rifle. So it's not a direct replica. It's like a Nerf rifle of his, like of a Mando's rifle. So I'm gonna get that, and then the dark saber, which is lit. It's the well, this is a lot of spoilers for the show, but it's like this really cool dark saber. So it kind of looks more like a sword than a lightsaber, but it,
Okay.
it lights up like it's crazy, and they're doing it. And I assume it's going to be a lot of money because it's the first one that actually detaches, so it doesn't like shoot up. Even though they're working on one of those for the Disney, is it Disney World or whatever, Disney whatever. Like they have ones that actually shoot out,
Oh,
but they're not going to release them. And I would pay so much money for that for a lightsaber that actually shoots out and you could retract it. That'd be
okay.
so lit.
So I see the Hasbro Star Wars Mandalorian Dark Saber.
Yes.
This is with Halloween Costumes.ca. This thing
No, no, no. I
is
don't think that's the.
okay
I don't think
because
that's the right thing.
this is
I don't think that's.
close to $400 Canadian.
Oh no, that is the right thing. That is the right thing.
Oh my god, it's $400
Fam,
Canadian.
I do this, bro. I do this. This is what I do. I spend crazy. I don't know what it was this past weekend though, too. I was just buying shit impulsively. Like I told you off air, I bought the two Nike like tech fleece pants. They actually canceled one of the ones I was getting because they didn't have the stock
Oh,
for it and
okay.
couldn't like resupply it. So I only got one because I still had like money on my gift card from Foot Locker. So I was just like, okay, that's my excuse. And I bought 3 shirts from Under Armour, but I'm not even in the shape for them right now. I have to get rid of my stomach. I've tried them on and I was just like, I can't go to the gym like this. I look nuts. I was like, what the I can't go to the gym like that. Like, oh
But
my
okay,
God.
so why don't you wear it to the gym and take progress photos, and then you'll notice that you've gone or you've improved when the shirt starts to fit the way you want it
I
to
could take
fit.
a progress photo right now. I should have actually started taking progress photos before the first time I went back. Cause like I'm getting back into the swinging of it, right? Where I'm getting more
Hmm.
comfortable. Like again, I went like earlier today. So I'm feeling better, but it's just like there's this part of me where it's like because I never had like a stomach like I do now ever since the pandy. I was just like, why isn't it just snapping back? Although it doesn't work like that. I'm just like, just fucking snap. Fam, I had the fucking V thing. I had that V thing, bro. The thing that points to your dick.
That's OnlyFans content. So if you guys want to see Dante
OnlyFans
V,
content, bro. I gotta get back into shape so that my OnlyFans would be lit. Right now, if I did my OnlyFans, I guess there's a niche for it, or maybe like there's people that are internet again, no king shaming. But I had that fucking V thing. I had a 6-pack and everything, and now I'm just sitting here mad at myself. Every time I look at myself, I'm just like, fuck, just snap back, bro. God damn it. Just like, oh yes, I could lift things again, fine, but I just want my abs back, bro. I'm so cheesed. But anywho, how's your week? How's your week going? I'm buying shit. How are you? How are you doing?
It's okay. I'm buying stuff too, so it's
Oh, what did you buy?
money wise, it's not great. So I ended up getting 3 boxes of like basketball trading cards. So I
Oh,
signed up for
nice.
a raffle, and so there's one website that sells it to you at like retail price, which is like good because if you go to like a hobby
Mm-hmm.
shop, they always mark it up significantly. So I ended up getting that, and it came up to like $500. Uh, but yeah, so one of the boxes alone was 275 for tax. But if you were to
Oh,
buy that
wow.
on eBay, it's like $500, 400 to 500 for that same box. Um, so it was a good deal because it's like you get to buy it. But then good thing is I have a friend who's also into it, so we're gonna split that box.
Oh,
So a
nice.
little bit of
Okay.
money recoup. Yeah, but that's I've been trying to save, like not spend too much because of that. And then I took my parents out last Sunday to like this
Mm-hmm.
Brazilian steakhouse. And I don't know if you've ever
Oh.
been to a Brazilian steakhouse. It's all you can eat. And what they do is they come around and they have like steak on this, I guess, steak, and they kind of go
Mm-hmm.
around and ask you if you want it, and they cut you a slice and they put it on your plate. So it's all you can eat.
Mm.
That so the reason I took them was because my sister is leaving next week for Vancouver. So I
Oh,
took
yes, right.
my parents and her boyfriend and my girlfriend all out just to like have one big meal, I guess, to before they go.
Yeah.
That costs a lot. That costs just as much as the cards did. So it's been a pretty expensive week. If I, yeah, I think I've got to stop spending money. But man, I'm looking at this sword and it looks pretty nice.
That's what I'm saying. It's lit.
It's
No, wait. See,
expensive though.
you weren't just you weren't just on yourself. Like you're even splitting the cards with somebody, and then you're splitting it for everybody. And I'm sitting here buying toys for myself. Well, no, I bought workout stuff, so
Yeah, no,
I
that's fine. I
yeah,
mean,
that's fine.
okay, so I have been wanting to get like a legit katana for a while
Ooh,
and just display it.
yeah.
Like what? Like I'm not like the fake ones too, like real metal, like sharp and everything. So if anyone breaks in, it's a viable weapon. Like if
But I don't think they can legally sell them sharpened though.
it's fine.
They have to
It's
be
it's
duller.
fine. Well, anyways, I want to
Why
get
not
it
just the
like at
old
the
fashioned
start.
bat? I mean, yes, get the katana, but like a
Oh,
bat.
because a katana looks really cool. And then there's a bunch of like I've been seeing them a lot on Instagram. Maybe because I watch a lot of like anime clips. But there's
Yeah,
this one place that sells katanas that are from animes, and it looks so cool. And I'm like, damn, I don't
yeah,
want one. But they're also very expensive if that's
they are.
because like the
No,
metal
no,
and
I
everything. But yeah.
yeah, no. I'm saying yes, get the katana, but I mean like for self defense, a bat still works.
Yeah, but it's more intimidating. Someone's like, damn, this guy got a sword. You know?
I still think a bat's pretty. Like for me, my strategy is just gonna be these hands, bro. Like you break into my place, hey, 1, 2, bro. At my feet, you're getting it, bro.
I don't know.
You break my
And
house.
a katana kind of looks cool, you know. It's like if you just hang it up on a wall, it's a nice art
No, no, it
piece.
does, it does,
Yeah.
it does. In our old place, we had like swords up and stuff, but I think they weren't like a real legit one. It was like the fake replica ones or whatever. I do want. Speaking of swords, I think I've mentioned this before. I want because I've been looking at it, but I've always shied away from getting it. Well, there's actually two swords, but the one I'm talking about right now is the one from Devil May Cry. So Dante's sword. I just figured because we're both Dante. I should have the sword too, right? So it's just the huge, it's this huge sword. So I want that, and then I also want friggin' Thanos's double bladed sword that he uses in Endgame.
Yeah.
Because there's a place that I saw that has a replica of it. I think it was on sale at 1.2. I think it's like 350, and it was on sale for like 250 for a while, and I was like, I should have scooped it, but I didn't. But
If that's the case,
I like
if I'm dropping 300, I might actually. If I had 300 and I want to get a sword, I might just get the dark saber if that's the case. This one looks pretty clean.
yeah,
Looks. Does it
it
light
looks
up
lit.
too?
I believe so. I don't think because I was
It's like
watching
certain
like a
sections lights up.
yes someone was doing like a video on it, so they were saying like how they felt about it, but I think they were saying that that was one of the things, either the lighting up or the sound effects that it makes. It wasn't like as loud as it should be or feel, because like the lightsaber that I have, it makes the like if you turn it on it makes the sound, if you turn it off it makes the sound, if you move it around it makes the sound. So
Oh,
and it's pretty loud too, and it's lit, but like yeah, but like I would have to slow down because like I'm running out of like it's not really displayed in my like all this stuff is not really displayed in my room that I have. It's just like I have to like get my own place, and I have this idea for this room that'll have just like a bunch of my nerdy shit in it.
yeah.
It'll be like this whole
But
display.
the
But like
sword is
yeah.
the saber is cool because it has a stand too, right?
Yes,
So that
yes,
that
yeah, it has
looks
a stand.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a pretty.
Yeah. I'm
I
very
like
excited
this.
for that. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah,
pre-order?
it's later this year.
Yeah,
No,
I
I
think
didn't
it says
pre-order. Because
October 10th.
yeah,
October 1st, sorry.
I don't pre-order them oh sorry, go on.
No, sorry, I was about to say it because I'm on the actual Hasbro website. So it's
Hasbro Pulse? Yeah.
265 USD.
So it's a
And
lot
it's
more.
yeah, it's October 1st, 2021 is the ship date.
Yeah, so I was looking because this one was up for pre-order for a while too, and I was just like, Amazon seems to have them as soon as that. Like I think it had this helmet a little bit before it came out too. Like it was released, like you could order it and they would ship it already. So I didn't buy it right away because I was waiting for it to drop a bit. But yeah, I'm not gonna pre-order them because I figure Amazon will have it and I just order it from there and I'm good to go.
True. That makes sense.
Because the last thing I'm gonna do, well, see, I'm thinking about all the money I'm gonna spend. um, the other thing I'm gonna get is another Captain America shield because they're doing the stealth one. You know the one from Winter Soldier where he paints it blue. So they're doing that one. So I'm gonna get because I have the original one, right? Like the
Mm.
red and blue and white. So I'm gonna get that blue one. I also want to get the two ones that he got in Wakanda. So that T'Challa gave him,
Oh, yeah.
where it's like the two black ones, two black shields. I wanted to get it from that same site that I ordered the Iron Man Max from, but you know. I don't even want to talk about that. So there's something else that's gonna probably come up later, but welcome to another episode of On the Ledge with Dante and Ricky. I'm Dante.
And I'm Ricky.
And today we're talking video games. Something we've talked about before, but like a lot more in depth where we're just like kind of focusing on them. So like we're basically kind of going to like what we're playing now again and other stuff like that, maybe like video game news and other things like that. So let's actually start there. What are you playing now, Ricky? What are you playing currently?
Well, right now I'm playing Valorant, which I believe is like my main game, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm playing that a lot, but then I like to, I don't know, recently I've been like expanding my playlist, I guess.
Yeah.
So I've been playing some of the new releases. So Back for Blood, which is a Left 4 Dead,
Right.
I guess similar to Left 4 Dead. Played that recently. It's in beta right now from it was Thursday till tomorrow. So I played that on Friday with Samir. Thursday or Friday.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. It's okay. It's a game that doesn't have a lot of replayability. Because once you kind of go through it, it's kind of that's it. Unless you do the PvP stuff.
Oh. So is it literally just like Left 4 Dead, where you're just running around fighting the zombies and trying to get from point A to point B?
Yeah. It really is just. So I've never played Left 4 Dead. But I think Samir has, and we were playing with one of my other friends, and they said it's very similar. Literally, you start at point A, a safe house, and you have to try to get to another safe house. And on the way, you get better guns. You have to manage your ammo. There's like a very unique card system where every round you get to draw a card, which gives you like an ability, I guess, or like perks. Which I thought was cool, but yeah, we you once you play it once, I feel like that's it. It's kind of, unless it's not the full game, obviously. It's only like the first few
Yeah.
chapters. But it's also an $80 game when it comes out, so it's definitely not going to be on my immediate buy list because, like I said, if you don't have, once you finish it, there's not much you can do. And then I got challenged by my friend to really play like a MMORPG game. So I've been playing Guild Wars 2 a lot. Guild Wars 2 is like a crazy old game apparently. But yeah,
I've heard the name, but I've never seen what it is.
Yeah, I've heard it because I used to play some MMORPGs. But I've heard of it. I've seen it everywhere. I just never actually downloaded it or even went onto their website. But then this year I just downloaded it. Now I'm trying to just beat the entire game and go to the end game and stuff like that. Because my friend said, I told my friend never beaten an MMORPG before. So he's like, he challenged me to just do it. So I was like, okay, I'll do it then. Yeah.
Did you enjoy the MMORPG?
Yeah. I really like MMORPGs.
I had an experience with before I say what I've been playing. I had kind of off the ledge, but not off the ledge because we're talking about video games. But I had an experience. I don't know if I guess it is MMORPG. I know it's definitely an MMO, but DC Universe Online.
Oh yeah.
I friggin' bought that game when it first came out, and I didn't understand what an MMORPG was. So I bought it. Yes, it's free to play now. I bought it when it first came out, and it was back when you had to pay to play as well. So you paid whatever amount for the game, and I had to pay for 3 months. And I think because my mom took me to get the game, kind of looking at me like, "What? What are you doing? Why are you buying the game and paying to play it?" Because when the guy said that, I was like, "What do you mean I have to pay
like
to
a
pay
subscription,
to play?" Yeah, a subscription for it. I was like, "What the fuck?" And then so I think at the time the max level was level 30. So I think I got my person all the way to level 30 and I did all the stuff that you could do. But also because I was like really ignorant for that type of game, I chose PvE instead of PvP. And you can't just hop over to PvP. Because like when I realized that there was a difference, I was like, oh, I can't fight people. I could only fight the computer. I was just like, oh, I can't. I would have to start over again to do that. And I was just like, I was done. That game took, because it was on PS3, that game took 4 hours to install. I remember watching it and I was just like, what the I was like, what is going on? And I played it and I was just kind of like, But I was just like, that type of game is not for me. It's like, it's really depending. It's like, it's depending. I know how people can enjoy it, but like, it's not like, because I remember, I think I played World of Warcraft for like a bit. Like somebody had me try it and I was just like, yeah, it's not fully for, I don't like when it's kind of like I guess it's not fully over the top down or whatever, but when it's kind of distant like that and the graphics aren't as good and then the fighting's kind of like I'm just very
systematic.
Something.
Yeah, it's like you press a button and it does it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I found out that I actually don't. So I played World of Warcraft recently too because there's a free trial. I don't actually like that too much too. And my friend said I like action MMORPGs more than like the base ones where you're just moving around. Sometimes you're just pressing a button and it just kind of goes. So the Guild Wars is actually you can dodge, you move around when you shoot and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's I don't see you enjoying that, to be honest. Just I don't know actually, but I played the DC universe when it was free back in like 2013. So I don't know how long ago you bought this game. Because
whenever that game came out, it was like either like within the months that it came out, I went to buy, because I was like, what? I can make my own superhero and I get to do missions with the other superheroes. I was like, I'm sold. Cool. But I didn't like fully understand what that meant and what it was. Because also like I was fooled by the opening cinematic for that game is lit as it's like this whole scenario, like a doomsday scenario where they're all like in like battle armor, so they wear like Batman's bulked up, everybody's bulked up, and then like Superman's literally by the sun just powering up and his eyes look like he's really like tired and he's just over it and he's just powering up, and then I think the good guys start losing because everybody starts dying, so like I think like Joker dies, everybody dies, and then Superman comes down and just goes nuts.
it's like a lit opening cinematic, but then I was just like, I didn't realize like, oh yeah, they make it look really good, and then the game doesn't look anywhere like, because all cinematics nowadays it's more like the cinematic goes right into the game and it looks the same.
Yeah.
But back then it was like the cinematic looked way better than what the actual game was, like pretty much across the board. But yeah, I was excited because like I basically made like a Superman clone, right? So it was just like I was excited to do that and stuff, but I yeah, it was just it just wasn't for me. But I've actually seen some gameplay recently, and I was just like, oh, they're doing all these expansion stuff. Like that looks interesting, but like I don't think I would jump back in.
Yeah, I'm not a big PvP person, so the PvE would have been definitely my thing. I think you need for that game, and maybe we can like start fresh and make like a character or something and play together. I think it's more for like just playing with your friends and trying to fight bosses. I think because you finish the story and then it's really the post story content that you really care about. And I think with MMORPGs, it's mainly like, oh, there's a boss, there's a bunch of bosses. You want to get you want to get the best gear. You want to just do all this shit. That's really it. But I remember that game. Now it was fun, and then the story just kept. It was like very repetitive. I remember, like, you go to this section, you do this, but then you go to another section, and the story is very similar. Like you kill, you collect. I remember making a Nightwing. I think that's his name, Nightwing. Character. I liked it. It was fun. Maybe we can try to do that.
Maybe we could do that one. Maybe we could go back in. Yeah, because I think the classes were like you were either like a flight person for traversal, or you were a speedster, or you were like a gadget person.
Yeah.
So I guess you did gadget, and then I did a flight person.
No, I did speed, but then I had.
Like, you did speed.
I had a weapon. Yeah, I had like.
I
like my combat style was more like Nightwing, but I chose speedster because I didn't want to do gadget, and I didn't want to fly. I don't know why. I didn't like flying, and so
I always like flying. I like whenever I could fly, I love it. Kind of off the ledge. Speaking of Nightwing, friggin' Titans is back and it's lit. Holy if you're not watching Titans, bro, watch Titans. I'm telling you, it's so good. It's so good. Yes, I have had problems with the way they've ended both seasons, so I feel like sometimes they fall flat. But I feel like this season, the way they're going and what they're doing, because I was kind of shocked that they put in something so early, because I don't want to give spoilers. But and I was shocked how fast they were moving through it. But the way they're doing is really good. And that third because they released the first 3 of season 3, all in one day. And that third episode, boy, whoo, it's so good. It's so good. The fighting is good. It's like a darker. It's like DC doing their dark thing that they do, but like in the right way for me. Because it's not like the Arrowverse shows where it's the corny, cheesy, campy kind of stuff.
Yeah,
it can do that a little bit, but this one's definitely darker. I do feel though, because I noticed in the 3 episodes they released, they're using the F word, like they're F bombing a lot, and I'm like, you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're edgy, like you don't have to F bomb to make sure you're edgy. Like I know they can swear, I don't need to hear it every 2 seconds. But no, I'm really enjoying this season so far, and I'm excited where it goes. But like, I'm really excited for that show. It's just like I think both the first 2 seasons are just on Netflix. So, but yeah, it's good. But what I'm playing, I just wanted to hype up Titans. What I'm playing right now, I'm always playing Fall Guys, even though nobody plays with me. But I love my Fall Guys, and because season 5 just came out not too long ago, and there's like this challenge for Ratchet and Clank. To get like their costumes. So I got both their costumes, and I'm just trying to do the last thing of Clank's challenge that ends today actually. So I have to do the last thing today and finish it. I'm also playing, like I just finished, because I was going through the Last of Us series. So I just finished Last of Us, the first game, the remaster. So that was my second playthrough. So and I've never played the DLC, because there was a DLC called Left Behind for that game. So I'm gonna start that now. I've never played it, and then I'll go over to 2. I've been kind of dreading going back to do 2 because of how emotional it makes me. But I was remembering how much one makes me emotional too, but like 2 really makes me emotional. So it's just like, I was kind of like, there's this big, like I think we kind of talked about it, but there's this big thing that happens kind of early in the game that really hits you hard. It's just like, I'm like, I don't want to go through it again, but you know, you got to. But that, and then I just bought GTA 5 for the 3rd time.
Yeah, man, I don't know.
Tejas was playing it, And he was like, we could do the heist and everything. And I was just like, because I think either he got it when it was on sale or he already had it. And for me, I wasn't seeing a sale, and I'm just like, I'm not paying $40 to buy this game a third time. So then, like, for whatever reason, I couldn't find the online sale that he was seeing, so I got it off Amazon, and I got like the premium edition one. So I had it once on Xbox 360. I think I traded that in to get a gift for somebody. I can't remember. And then I had it on Xbox One. I think I still have the copy for the Xbox One. And then now because I have the PS5, so I bought it on PS4. And then we were we were playing last night, and we were the game. There's so much shit to do in that game. But we got like we all got this pack where they give you some of the, because you could be like a CEO, you could be like an owner of a club, you could be, so they give you some of that stuff, and they give you like cars and stuff as well too with a certain package we got, because otherwise it'd be like we would have to grind so much to get the money for it.
Yeah.
So all of us, I don't even think we did a mission last night because there was all these steps we had to jump through to be like, hey, do this to buy this, so that you could actually start a mission chain. But and then we just ended up for like the last maybe hour and a half just killed each other, just screwing around killing each other. And then I can't remember Tejas and Richard going, I'm gonna log off now. And then we would stay for like another 30 minutes, like, okay, I'm gonna log off now. And we couldn't stop killing each other. And we just there was like, I think it was like one something. We're just like, okay, we gotta stop. We're not gonna stop. We're just gonna keep going. Because it does a tracker of how many times each person kills each other. So I think I was winning for both of them. So I'm not gonna shut up if I'm winning. I'm just gonna keep rubbing it in. Like, hey, I'm up. Let's stop now. We're done. We're done. Now we can finish. But no, I forgot how much fun, like, just screwing around in GTA. But they're doing a remaster of
the first three, right?
Vice City. Yeah, Vice City, Grand Theft Auto 3, and San Andreas.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah.
I wonder how that's gonna go, to be honest.
I think I'll be fine. I think remasters are fine because, like, I think the only we just played The Last of Us. But the other remaster that I did was like the Halo, the Master Chief Collection, right?
Yeah.
And I actually didn't finish it. Like, I was going through, because I think I only played the story for 2 onwards. Like, I never played 1. I may have just seen stuff. So I was playing through 1, and I don't remember if I finished it for whatever reason. Because I think it was when Xbox screwed with my gamer tag or something, and I couldn't log into it. So that was the whole thing, and I didn't want to restart a bunch of stuff. So I kind of stopped playing things unless I got a new game.
Mm-hmm.
But like, yeah, I was playing through, but it was nice, like, because they have this thing where you could toggle through the old graphics and the new graphics. So it's just funny, like, doing that stuff. So I think they said that the Grand Theft Auto remaster is going to have that too. So where you could flip back and forth. So I think that's always fun. But I never played. If I did, it was either a little bit or just like the PSP version of it. But I've never played 3 in Vice City. I've only played San Andreas. So I'm gonna grab that. I'm just like, I know I'm gonna get it, so I'll just grab it and have fun whenever that releases. Hopefully it's this year, but that's what I'm excited for. But yeah, that's what I'm playing. But there was something. Oh yes, because you were talking about PC stuff. Because we kind of had this discussion off air. I kind of wanted to touch on it again because I wanted to get the friggin' what's it called? Steam Deck. And Ricky was like, no. And now I might not get it. Because Ricky always convinces me. I think you've talked me out of making a lot of stupid purchases. I think you've done that a lot.
Okay, I think the Steam Deck doesn't really make sense for you. Because I think one of the main discussions and kind of influences was, when do you ever play games portably? You drive to work, so you can't play when you're driving, commuting.
Right.
And if there's like a big game, like a AAA game out that you want to play, you're most likely going to get that on your PS5. There's no way you would buy that for the Steam Deck and your PS5. And the thing is, the progress on your PS5 doesn't even carry over. So like, for me, if I wanted a Steam Deck, and I don't, because I don't play games portably, it kind of makes sense because I have games on Steam, and if I wanted to continue my story, let's say I'm playing Red Dead on Steam, and I want to continue my story, I can just take my Steam Deck out portably. But for you, you can't continue from where you left off. It would also mean buying the game twice. So if you want to play Red Dead, let's say, or GTA, you would be buying it on your PS5 and the Steam Deck, and then you don't
can't
even
use
get
GTA
the
5 in the
story.
argument. I just bought it 3 times, Ricky. That doesn't. I just bought it 3 times. You can't use that one.
Okay, well, let's say GTA 6, and
Okay.
these games are not cheap. They're $80 a
Yeah,
piece.
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, it's like saying you have the Xbox and the PS5. Do you get the game on both consoles, or do you just get it on the one that you play more on? Right?
That's true.
Yeah. So I don't know.
So
For me, if I were in your shoes, I would just buy it. It also comes at a pretty high price tag.
yeah,
Like I think you were saying $700. So
yeah.
you could
For
literally
the
put
highest one, I think. Yeah.
for the highest is 700. Oh damn.
For the highest gigabit one, I think. No. For the highest one, it's 800, 512.
Okay. Yeah.
I think.
I mean, for the
Yeah.
same price, you can build a pretty decent computer. You can't play like on the highest quality, but like if you're looking to play Steam games, and this is also assuming that you're not playing AAA games on your computer because you have your PS5. You're not going to be playing AAA games on your computer. You can just build a computer and there's just so much more functionality to it, right? So I don't know. For me, if
So,
I was in your shoes, I'm building a computer first, and then I might think about the Steam Deck,
right.
right?
So obviously, because Ricky's always right, and you're gonna see it in the episode that comes out. Well, I shouldn't even say it because it's gonna come out a week behind or before this one comes out. That Ricky's always right, and I should never question him because he's always right. But
No, I
whatever.
don't question me. I mean,
No, I'm
it's
joking. No, I'm joking. I'm just
situation,
being.
that's
I'm
just
being cheeky. I'm being cheeky. So my counter thing was that I guess it was just me being lazy, so I don't have to like build one. That's the easier thing because they're saying it's a computer, right? So I
yeah.
could literally just plug it in and use it like a computer, right? So that was one thing I was saying. So I could literally hook it up to my TV and then be like, oh yeah, I'm good to go, right? So I was just like, that was one thing. And the other thing that I think of, I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but because I don't think I'm gonna get the Xbox Series X, right? But what they're doing right now with the Game Pass stuff is they're pretty movable between PC and Xbox, right?
Mhm.
So for something like Halo, because I obviously I still would want to play Halo. Like that new Halo looks lit, and apparently the multiplayer is going to be free to play, right?
Right.
So that would be something where, but then it could be the same case if I build a PC and then I could do it there too, right? So
Yeah.
it's really depending. Obviously, I would wait because I wouldn't jump to buy it, and it doesn't sound like I could buy it, even though it's launching later this year. I think the pre-orders, because they got so many, I think they're saying it's not available till like second
Wait, so
quarter
hold on. I
2022
don't
anyways.
think this is a PC. I
That's
think
what the person said.
it's like a PC, but I don't think you have the same capabilities. You would only
He
be
said
able to
you could run
play.
stuff on it. Like you could move the software you want on it or whatever. He said you could use it, at least from the interview. I don't know if that's a thing. I haven't seen it done, but what they were saying is you could use it like a PC. Like you could put whatever software you wanted on it, move it around, so you could download from, what's the other thing from Steam? What's the E one? I forget what it's called. Is it Epic? Epic Game
Games?
Store or something? Yeah, I think they were saying something like that. So you could also get from them too. So that was the thing where I was like, oh, it's kind of like movable. But again, I'm tech stupid, so I I heard stuff and I just was gullible. I'm like, oh well, I could do this. So
Yeah, I think I'll have to look into it a little bit more. It was just yeah, I don't know. And if I was in your shoes, I don't know. I wouldn't get a Steam Deck if I was in your shoes. This almost seems like a little bit better if you already own a PC and you want to kind of go portable with it. But and then another thing I was saying was like when the hell did we ever play games portably? It'd be a little like if we were out if we were hanging out in a group setting, you wouldn't just whip out your Steam Deck or your Switch and just start gaming in front of them like
a dude from high school. Who had the DS?
Yeah, it's like
the DS.
Yeah, I don't know. If I invited you out to like eat and you whip that shit out, bro, I'm leaving you with the bill. I'm dipping. You wouldn't even notice. I'm gonna go watch you.
Well, no, the thing that makes me laugh about that too, because I'm like, I could try to argue this, but I literally have the Switch Lite, and it's been collecting dust for like a year now. Like I played it for like the first few months, and it's just sitting there now, and I don't use it. Like I don't even know if I got the actual Switch, the one that could hook up to the TV. I don't know if I would have used that more, but like, yeah, I think a portable thing made more sense when I was a kid. So like in a car ride, then I have something to play, right? Because I'm not driving. But now that I'm an adult, I can't drive until I get a self-driving car. It wouldn't make sense, or until they have them more feasible.
I doubt you'd still play
cars.
games in a self-driving car. You'd probably be watching Netflix. Let's say you have the Tesla. You probably watch Netflix on the Tesla screen while the car drives.
I don't know if I would want to watch something though. Like it would have to be something short because it's depending on where you're going. Like, right? Because like with electric cars, I don't think you're supposed to take like these long ass car trips, right?
No, you can.
Depending on the mileage.
You can. Well,
you can, but you have to make
like
sure that there's.
Let's say, but okay, let's say you're watching one episode of like a show. It's 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
A 40-minute drive isn't that bad. It's like me to
That's
you.
true.
It's not. It's not like it's
Yeah.
hours away, man. It doesn't eat up your battery, your fuel. It's a drive, you know. It's not that bad. You could
honestly,
easily fit an episode in.
That's true. I'm really like with those self-driving cars. I'm wondering if, because I know that's something that's coming, right? Because like the Teslas could kind of do it. Like they can't do it like fully because I know you still have to like touch the wheel every so often. Right?
Yeah.
Like they give you a warning. But when that happens, I'm just wondering if it's gonna be like, am I gonna let this car drive me or do I want to drive? Because like I like driving. Not in traffic, as we know, but like I like driving. So it's just like I don't know how I'm gonna feel about that. But then also too, it might be lit just to be like, oh, this thing's kind of moving me itself.
I don't know. I think
but I honestly feel
certain situations it'd be pretty good to have. Like in traffic, then you could just turn it on.
Yes.
Don't have to worry about it.
Yes.
Yeah, and who cares, right? And then you could just spend your time doing other things. If you enjoy driving, like if it's an open road in the middle of the night, I don't mind driving in that situation either.
Yeah. When we saw the Suicide Squad, it was really good, so much better than that garbage shit show that the 2016 Suicide Squad movie was. Worst, I literally think maybe even worst movie I've ever seen in my life, but worst superhero movie for sure. Garbage. And you know what? I've seen that movie twice because my dad and my brother were like, hey, let's go watch it. Because we went to see it drive, and I can't remember what the other movie was, but it was two doodle movies. So that and something else. And they both fell asleep. And I'm sitting here hating this movie because I'm like, I already saw it. I know it's trash because it's like the drive-in downtown is by the docks.
Yeah.
So I was just staring at the docks at night. Rather than watching the movie, I was just like, let me look at the docks and no boats pass by because I hate this movie so much. But the Suicide Squad, James Gunn did and everybody in that movie, Idris Elba killed it. John Cena killed it. Everybody, Margot Robbie killed it. Everybody was so good in that movie, man. It was
She's
really,
the only one that's
really,
returning in that movie, right? Like
no, her and Joel. I messed up his name last night. We were talking about him too. Joel Kinnahan. He plays Joe Flagg. Joel Kinnahan.
Don't know who that is, but
he was did you ever watch Altered Carbon on Netflix?
No. Wait,
did you ever watch House of Cards?
The original? No, I did not. You're gonna have the who was the
before I knew the shit he did, I watched House of Cards. As soon as I knew the shit he did, I stopped watching. I didn't finish the show. No. I really loved that show too. It pissed me off, bro. Fucking Kevin Spacey, doo-doo head.
No, I didn't watch it at all. Like I'm not. No, I was gonna say, who does he play in Suicide Squad?
Oh, he plays the same character. He's returning. So he plays I messed up his name last night. Is it Rick Flag? I'm just gonna search it. Like I'm not on a computer right now.
Wait, I don't know who this is, man. But
Rick he's not like a huge.
But they're the
character.
Only
like he's tied to Suicide Squad. And Captain Boomerang. And Amanda Waller. So Viola Davis. So those four were returning. I'm just trying to think if there's anybody else. But no, it's really good. It's funny. It's violent because it's rated R. and it's like a good violent, but it's like there may have been some like pacing issues. That's what I've been hearing because I was just watching like a podcast where they did a review on it. And I think Tejas and Richard mentioned that too. That pacing was like an issue. I was kind of okay with it, but like the pacing, but I enjoyed it.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it's one of their best of the DCEUs. Like I put that in my. I was saying that I really love the Birds of Prey. So I think that's number one. I would put this number two, and I put Man of Steel 3 for the DCEU. Don't hold me to that. I may change my mind about it, but like that's what I'm feeling right now for those movies. But Ricky won't watch it.
I've seen Man of Steel. That's the one where he learns to fly and everything, right? In like the Arctic or something like that. I've seen that a long time ago, though. I don't remember it.
Yeah. Well, I really liked it. I do have problems with it, but I really liked it because Superman Returns, that was the Brandon Ruth one. So like way back, he doesn't punch anybody. And when he was about to punch somebody, they cut away. So like the most lit scenes in that movie, the Superman Returns one, was when he saves the plane. And then when he's getting shot by the gun and they slow it down and he gets shot in his eye. That was lit. But then besides that, it's just like, it's a snooze fest. And then the Man of Steel one, though, it's lit because he's actually punching people. He doesn't punch Zod until like an hour, 25 minutes in. And I know that because I would always skip to that fight because I love the fight scenes of that movie. But the problem is the fighting was so good, but he was so brooding. And because I think Henry Cavill has gotten to play Superman a little bit better, like in the Snyder Cut or other things, where he seemed more like actually, maybe in Joss Whedon's Superman, I would say he was more Superman. But lost my train of thought. He just was like fighting and didn't really try to save people unless it was Lois. So it was kind of not like the happy, hopeful, go lucky person Superman is. I know he can be serious. I'm not saying that he can't, but it's just like there has to be this all-encompassing thing. And then I'll bring it up again because I love this show, Superman and Lois. What Tyler Hoechling's doing, his portrayal is what I think Superman should be, and he's like one of my favorite portrayals right now, even though it's only been like 14 episodes of him. Well, he's done stuff on Supergirl too, but really good. I don't know how we got here. Oh, Suicide Squad. Why am I talking about this? Suicide Squad.
Yeah. Why did we get to Suicide Squad? I think you just brought it up. I don't know.
Oh, I brought up Suicide Squad. Oh, I was bringing up Suicide Squad to relate to you about the open road thing. Because when we were driving back from Suicide Squad, it was open roads, and I was like, this is dangerous. That's what it was. That's what I was trying to do, but I didn't do it. I just started going off. I lost track because I was talking about superheroes. But yeah. But back to video games, because there's another two things I want to talk about. One is I might go on another rant. I feel it. I feel it in my body, but I might subdue myself. I'm talking about Marvel's Avengers again. Because this coming Tuesday, so what's today? The 15th we're shooting, so it'll be the 17th. They're releasing Black Panther. So this is their big expansion, which I actually don't think is going to be that big, which is going to be kind of disappointing for me. But
wait, is it just a new character? That's the expansion, or is there like a new section of the game? Like
there's a new section of the game.
Okay.
So we get to go to Wakanda. So there'll be new, like there's a whole new biome, but it's going to be like the same missions. They're saying there's different stuff, but I know better with this game that I'm like, I have no more, like I want to be wrong and I want to be surprised, but like there's been previews that have come out, so they've actually showed a little bit of his gameplay. It looks sick, and that's the one thing about this game. The gameplay, like the combat's not the problem. They feel fun to play, but then it gets kind of repetitive, like where I'm just killing AIM robots all the time with the Avengers and everything. And then the missions are like repetitive and you're like grinding, but it doesn't feel like it's for anything meaningful.
Right.
So it's just like, because like they haven't had like, they have this new mission that came out, which is really just a mission that was already out but harder, called like an Omega level threat. And apparently there's going to be more that come, right? So it's like way harder. And like, I haven't tried it because like most Richard and Tejas don't really want to play. More Richard than Tejas. They're just like, because it's just like, but I understand it. And I'm like that too now with this game. It's just like, I don't want to be like, it's fun because we're playing together. But then it's just at a point where we're just doing the same shit over and over and over again. So what's the point? Like,
yeah.
But I just like it's an interesting thing, but I'm hoping because they seem to be hyping it up and they really seem to be pushing it, and they're trying to say like, hey, everything's changing. We're changing the UI for things. We're doing this, but there's certain things that they should have done, like for like the gear stuff and the costume stuff that they should have done that they kept saying is coming but has not come and they don't touch on. But like I'm very cautiously optimistic because I'm like, of course I'm excited to play as Black Panther, man. Because there hasn't been a solo Black Panther game. Yes, you could play him in like I guess it would be the Marvel versus Capcom games and the Ultimate Alliance games.
Yeah.
And then that would be the only places where you could play him, if I'm not mistaken. So this will be exciting because it's like a third person instead of like the 2D or the over the top. So I'm just very cautiously optimistic.
So do you ever think they'll release another standalone Marvel game, or do you think this is kind of it and they're gonna just keep adding to this game?
No, so they started a Marvel game universe. So, but like the games aren't connected. So the two Spider-Man games, so Spider-Man PS4 and Spider-Man Miles Morales, it's kind of started it. I guess Ultimate Alliance 3 was the one that kind of started it actually. But so it's a game universe, but they're not connected for some reason. They're not in the same world, they keep saying. But so like those two are standalone. This game, yes, because it's live service, they're going to continue adding to it, hopefully, if people just don't completely drop off because they're kind of tired of the same thing.
Yeah.
But like there's a Guardians of the Galaxy game coming out in October. So it's not the same studio, but I think it's like a branch, like because this one is Crystal Dynamics that does Avengers, and then it's Eidos Montreal that's doing this Guardians of the Galaxy game, but it's not live service. The Guardians of the Galaxy game, it's actually like single player, so you only play as Star-Lord. So people at first were kind of like, why you call it Guardians of the Galaxy if you're only playing as Star-Lord? But yeah. I kind of understand what they're doing because I guess it's like Star-Lord's the way because you command the other characters basically. So they're always with you, and then you get to command them. And like, there's a lot of dialogue in it too. So like, you get to do voice commands in it and everything. So like, I'm excited for that. Again, cautiously optimistic. The gameplay looked interesting to me, but like, yeah, like so. There's definitely they're going to be doing a lot more stuff. Okay. I'm hoping there's a lot more stuff. I'm hoping maybe some of the characters that are in this game get their own solo game. I would love a solo Black Panther game. I would love a solo. Iron Man has had solo games, but it was like a movie-tied game, so it wasn't as good. Even though I played the shit out of the demo for the first one, like the first Iron Man game. Like I would always play but I never bought the game. I would just do the demo. But like I would love an Iron Man one. There was a Captain America movie game, and that one was actually kind of decent. It's kind of went under the radar. But yeah, I hope these people, even like Black Widow or even like the Hawkeyes or even Miss Marvel, like because the Hulk had one of the best solo games, like Ultimate Destruction, but that was years ago, and that one was like really, really, really lit. It was like an open world Hulk game. You just go around, you could destroy stuff and everything. It was lit. But yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more coming down the way. And I hope
I don't understand why they didn't make the Avengers games or the Avengers movies into a game. So the first three, I guess three, including Endgame, like the whole series, I guess, a trilogy, whatever. They could have made that into a game where it's very similar to Ultimate Alliance, where you can build your team. And you can use any character that's shown up within the first three, like the first three movies. And then like, you know, you just make it so that I guess because there's so many things happening all over the place, kind of really ruins the timeline.
They actually did. Kinda. It was a Legos game. It was Lego Avengers. So it was. Look at me being a nerd, man. I've never actually played that one. I do like the Legos games though, because
Legos games are sick.
Yeah, and it's like the Marvel superhero ones. You get all those. It's stupid how many characters that they have in those games. It's insane. like all like the different Marvel heroes and everything. But like, there was they did one that was just Avengers, like of the movies. So it was tied to the movies. I can't remember if it was just 1 and 2 or 1, 2, and 3. But there was a game like that. But I think the whole movie tied video game, because they kind of wanted to start taking these superhero games seriously, and I think it kind of started with the Batman Arkham games.
Yeah.
They kind of shied away from it because I think they also stopped selling as well because people realized they were more of a money grab than actually people putting effort into the game. Not that's kind of mean to say, but like, you know what I mean? Like it was more like it's not as in depth as the Arkham games were, or as the Spider-Man PS4, Spider-Man Miles Morales is, or like any of those superhero games. So I think it was just also to more of the movie type stuff maybe get tied to like mobile games as well too.
Yeah.
So like
yeah, I think that's where the money makers now. So
yeah,
they're probably just focusing
mobile
on that.
games are like cash cows apparently. So
Yeah.
it's just like yeah, let's make a mobile game. But yeah, I think they kind of just shied away from it. I'm not mad at it. I would always get those movie type games. Like some of them have been great, like Spider-Man 2 and the X-Men Origins Wolverine game. That one was lit. So some of them have been great, but a lot of them is just like kind of like there's that meme from the Spider-Man 3 game, even though I played that game so many times. But there's a meme where it's like the opening mission, and if you fail the QTE, you die, and then you fall in a fire. Yeah, and the lady's eyes are just, because it looks so bad. The lady's eyes are like that, and it just blows up. It's so bad.
Like, oh god.
Yeah. It's so bad, but it's so funny. It's so funny. But yeah, yeah, I think they just kind of shied away from it. Like, I feel like if they didn't think they could make the money like they used to, what's the point? Yeah. I think that's really it. Yeah.
I don't know.
But you know, I'm excited. What I was gonna say is what I really want is I still really want a friggin' great super. I was hoping that Rocksteady, the people that made the Arkham games, I think it was rumored, or even like WB, because they did one of the Arkham games, like the Arkham Origins ones, that they were going to do a Superman game, but I think it ended up being canceled. There was another one that got canceled that wasn't by them, but it was a rumor that they were going to do a Superman game. I was like, let's go, because I've always just wanted, like, there hasn't been a really good one. There was a game for Superman Returns. They got the flying right in that game, but that was it. And then the idea of the city being his health bar was cool, because obviously he can't die, right? So
yeah,
the city was his health bar, so you have to protect the city. So I was like, oh, that's a cool concept. But like, other than that, it was just like,
eh. Isn't that like maybe why that the Superman games aren't great? Because if he can't die,
I think that
the
is
objective is kind of, it's just easy, right? Like you just go for it and whatever, right?
Yeah.
And I think because he can fly too, it just, you lose a lot of that platforming, right? Like if you're Spider-Man and you don't swing and you jump off, you know, likely you'll die or you'll take a huge hit on your health, right? Batman, 100%. You don't swing, you're dead. You don't fly, you don't glide, you just take that hit, you're gonna definitely die, right? So yeah, I think a Superman game might be actually really difficult to develop. Just, but like, what would be like the purpose at that point? If you're just that overpowered, you literally, nothing can happen to you. You can't even get shot and get damage taken.
Yeah, I think it's either that they have to make an excuse. So like kind of how like in the Injustice games, because everybody's popped up on that drug, then you could go toe to toe with Superman, right? Or it could just be like there's kryptonite in the atmosphere, so he's weaker, so you could hurt him. Like that's the only way, I guess. But like I guess, or like having the city as his health bar, that's the only other way to do it. But I was hearing this other thing too, is because if you just leave him in Metropolis, right? He could get like from end to end to the city in like a second. So it's just like, zipping around. So it's just like, I think that's why they struggled with, because there was also this Flash game that I was looking into that got canceled. Because I want that too, like a Flash game. But they're like kind of saying the same thing with him. It's hard because he could just zoom around. Do you decide that he's going super fast? Do you slow everything down? also combat wise. He could just beat people up like that, especially if he's fighting humans.
Yeah.
So it's just like, what do you do with characters like that? I hope they figure it out, but like it's just crazy. But there is like the Rocksteady people, they're doing Suicide Kill the Justice League. I think that's what it's called. So the trailer came out from that, but it got delayed, which brings the topic I wanted to talk about, like delayed games. But like it was supposed to come out, I think it was this year, either later this year or early 2022, and it got pushed back a bit.
Okay.
But yeah, the trailer looked cool because it's just like it was showing the Suicide Squad. So it was Harley Quinn, Captain Boomerang, Deadshot, and I think King Shark. Yeah, and so it's like a 14 co-op one. And then at the end, Superman's there. They're like, "Oh no, I think you basically have to kill Superman." So interesting on what that's gonna be. And then WB Games is doing this Gotham Knights one. So it's Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood, and Batgirl. And it's not a 4-player co-op. It could be 1 player, or you could have somebody jump in. So it's 2-player co-op.
Oh, okay.
And I think it's kind of live service-y, but you go through like missions and there's a whole story and everything. You level up the character. But that got delayed. Like that was supposed to be this year, and it got delayed till next year. But that's one of the things about gaming that's really, it's a hard thing, but it's cool if it works out in the end where the game's better.
Yeah. Well, okay.
It's
What
just
is
all-
your
it-
opinion on
yeah.
delays? Are you frustrated? Like, are you mad that when there's an announced delay, or are you more relieved, or like what is your initial reaction when you hear a game that you've been waiting for is delayed?
I feel like it's always like it's kind of like, well, it's like it's a kind of disappointment. I don't think it's anger because I understand it, because like you hear the horror stories from like what some of those game devs go through,
Yeah.
especially if they make them go through crunch time. But so it's just like then you step back away from it, right? Like it's just like they're trying to put out the best product. So if pushing it makes it the best product, go for it. It's just like it kind of
Yeah.
sucks when you're excited about it. There is this kind of thing that I've seen on the internet where people are like, I booked days off for this game, and then you go to delayed. I'm like, you shouldn't plan your, especially
Yeah.
when you know it's gonna get delayed. You shouldn't plan your time. I understand that too, but like you shouldn't plan your time around it because that could happen, right?
Yeah.
But because there's this game called Sifu that they announced earlier this year.
Yeah.
They didn't put a date out though when they announced it. That game looks so fucking sick, bro. I'm so excited for that. And it's just like it's just like, for people that don't know, you're a Sifu and you're just like beating people up. But like in the trailer, like the first shot is like the hallway from the movie The Raid, and he's just beating the shit out of the people in the hallway, and it looks lit. Like there's combos and stuff and counters. And I'm just so excited for it. But it looks like the concept is every time you die, you age up. So he keeps aging up like every time you die. And then I think they just showed recently that you could be like a female character as well too. So you have the option.
Okay.
But that got pushed back to 2022. But I think in their statement was, hey, we didn't want our people to go through like that crunch hours, so we're gonna push it back so we could give the best thing. And I'm just like, that's dope, because it's just like that industry is a hard one, right? Like it's a lot of work, and then
it sounds like
I could imagine
people are learning from the cyberpunk ordeal, like.
Well, yeah, like
probably,
certain things like that.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest one that happened recently, right? They released it because people in corporate wanted it out. It's been delayed for so long, right? And I guess there is a certain point where money is a thing, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. The way I see delays, like I would, if they're delaying a game, they must have a reason, right? They're not money wise. They it makes sense. They need to delay it. Why would they ever delay a game if money wise? They need to make their money back. I forgot what I was gonna say, but it's like, I was gonna make a really good point. I forgot.
Some delays. They need to make their money back. Cyberpunk.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm gonna talk while you're thinking about it. Like because like Cyberpunk got pushed back like 4 times or something though, right? That was the thing too.
Yeah,
Like
that was bad.
it was a bunch. Well, see, but that's the thing too. Like because it got pushed back a bunch, and then when it came out on consoles, it was still like doo doo. That really made it worse, right? Like for like but the one thing I really don't like, and I don't like this in any situation, is when, hey, I didn't like the way this game was, so I'm gonna send a death threat to somebody.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
little bit
like
messed up.
that because like the stuff that happened with Last of Us too, because they didn't like the way the story went, or like certain things like that. That stuff is disgusting to me, and I don't like when people think they're tough because they're behind the screen. Like there's weight to words, right? Like a
Yeah.
word like that, you can't be like, if I'm saying I'm gonna kill someone, that's insane. You can't just say that. Like and I don't get why people don't get that. And I don't
Yeah.
get like I understand you're upset. I'm upset too, but I'm not gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna kill you because you didn't release a game. Like what? Or I didn't like the way the game went.
No,
Like you
I
shouldn't be threatening
heard
death. Period.
The
Yeah.
Last of Us 2, they actually sent death threats to the voice actor of the character.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
What's wrong with people, bro?
Like,
Like it's insane to me.
yeah, it's I mean, I guess it's because they didn't like the story writers, they had a vision, I guess, for the game from what I heard. I didn't play Last of Us. I just like watching playthroughs. That's really what I like to do these days.
Yeah.
For big AAA games, because I don't like to pay the fucking $80. Um,
Mm.
like even with Resident Evil 8, I just watch people play because honestly, I don't care. I don't really want to play
Yeah.
it. But yeah, it's like this. I think the main story for Last of Us was letting go, right? Like you don't want to keep holding on to something, you know. And
Yes.
it was
Yes.
like it was letting go of like your hatred and stuff like that. But people didn't get that, and so apparently they wanted to go out and start sending death threats to voice actors who had no contribution to the story in like developing the story. They're just there to do their job. They're there to voice the character. They're not saying
Yeah.
I don't like how this story's going. Let's do this, you know? It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like because yes, I have problems with Marvel's Avengers, but I would never think to be like, I'm gonna tweet that I want to kill the developer because I don't like how Marvel's Avengers is going right now. Like that's insane to me. Or
Yeah.
like just I just don't get
If
it.
you
I don't.
really want to affect like developer or anything, just don't buy their games. It's the best way
It's
to
that
get back at
it's that
them.
easy.
Just do not like give your money to them. If the game is great, then you're happy. If it's not, then you just don't make that same mistake. If I know that this developer released a game that's bad, why would I continuously go back and do that, right? Just for the
Yeah.
hype? Then it's your own fault, man. You made the own decision to do that. You have to be smart. So yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
But yeah.
There's too many. There's too many people that have YouTube channels that literally will play the game. Or there's like I always see this in my recommendations. I was like, before you buy, like
Yeah.
there's too many stuff like that where they're telling you this stuff where you would know, and like it's just like, come on, like
Yeah. So
it's so disgusting to me. Yeah.
I might get a lot of flack. So the reason I didn't play Last of Us, well, I don't have a PS4
Yeah.
or a console. But I actually
Yeah.
don't like the gameplay. Like I there's certain games, it's like the way the game works. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Oh, okay.
The story's great. I just don't like actually doing it. There's certain games. There's a lot of popular games that I'm like, the movement's a little bit weird. It's a little bit this or whatnot. It's just not for me. And so the reason
Even in two.
I never played two. I don't have a. I didn't. I stopped getting a console years ago, so I don't even have the opportunity to try it.
No. But what I mean is, because like for Last of Us, is it that you're saying for both of the Last of Us, you didn't like how the movement was, like when you were watching it, or how the
No.
mechanics
I
work?
played Last of Us 1. I
Oh,
had a PS4 years ago, and I had Last of Us, and I think I played with you guys. I just didn't like
no,
the
I remember you
movement.
having a PS4 for a bit. Yeah.
Yeah, I just didn't like the movement. So I was like, if I don't like the movement or a combat for a game, I just might not even play it at all. So
Yeah.
I know I don't like playing Last of Us. The story is great, So I will watch someone else play it. You know,
Yeah.
I know that the developers aren't bad. I just don't want to pay money to not play a game. You know what I mean? If I don't like it, then I don't like it. It is what it is, you know?
Mhm.
But yeah, just be smart with your money. I do
Yeah.
remember my point now.
Oh,
So
nice.
the thing is, these days, developers, they have a very quick fix for unfinished games, we'll call it, because they can release a game, and if there's bugs or anything, they could just send a patch, like a day one patch, to fix everything, right? It's like they're making you pay money to be a tester at this point,
Yeah.
which kind of sucks.
Yes.
But with the size of games these days, there's not much you can really do. Like you you don't have, okay, maybe with consoles it's a little bit better. And I think
Yeah.
Cyberpunk is just they kind of just screwed up on that end. They didn't really test it on consoles. But with
Yeah, they were only
PCs,
playing it. Yeah, PC or releasing the PC to the people that
yeah, because
reviewed it,
I
right?
didn't have any
Or-
problems. I barely had any glitches. So my playthrough
Yeah.
was actually really smooth. But with PCs, because of the system that you might have, there's just so many different customizations that if it runs on like the top tier computer, it might not run that well on a lower tier computer. But
Yeah.
with consoles, it should be pretty uniform across the board. So if you have a bug on the console, it's really easy. Release a patch to fix it for everyone, right? But with the
Yeah.
PCs, like I might fix it, it might not. It might cause more problems. Who knows? You know. But I think the developers are really relying on that these days. Like they release an unfinished game so that they can get it out as fast as possible, and they fix it later. It's like, it's just, yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, well, like I think the thing that opened that the door for that, because I'm not saying that games can't be buggy. Obviously, that can happen, right?
Hmm.
Like you can't see everything. But I think what opened that is like the games that were released, like this game's in alpha or this game's in beta, right? Where they would release games like that, and people would go in droves to play it,
Hmm.
and then it's like, hey, when is this game going to be complete? Because they're still saying it's beta, so they could say that they're updating like along the way. So my problem is if you're saying that this is a AAA game and it's a finished game, and
Yeah.
you're sending it out, and we're gonna be like, hey, we're gonna do these massive patches to fix it like all the time. Like that's one of the biggest problems with Marvel's Avengers, because like we're almost a year into this game, and every new thing that gets released still is buggy. Like I'm not saying that there can't be bugs in the future. I'm just saying like if everything's so buggy, because like that's the other thing I'm worried about when this Black Panther expansion comes out. Is like, is it gonna be buggy like crazy? And where people are, well, I'm not even gonna get to play it because I don't play in the week, so I'm not gonna play it till Saturday anyway. So hopefully all the bugs are gone by then. But yeah, it's that kind of that method is it's kind of sneaky and I don't like it. But
Yeah.
if you're saying it's in beta and then the person wants to play it, I understand. But like if it's where you're saying, hey, this is a finished game and it's not a finished game when it comes out, cough cough Cyberpunk, cough cough Marvel's Avengers,
Yeah.
cough certain games, then it's like a issue, especially like when you're expecting people to pay more. So like in Marvel's Avengers, I'm gonna keep attacking them because it's just like I want to love this game, bro. It's my alley, but like just do it properly. When you're charging people like, because I'm not gonna put any more money into this game. Like I've already said, I'm not putting more money into it.
Hmm.
They release skins which I think are like $14 a piece US, so more for us like Canadians. So if you're releasing those skins, right? That's what they're doing. They release skins like crazy. The first thing when you open up the game, you see, hey, there's this new skin available, right? Because it's a
Yeah.
live service game where they went at the beginning when they launched this game, they go, hey, every new piece of content is going to be free. But cosmetics, though, we're going to charge out of the wazoo. And so, like, they released a one for Thor, like Thor's endgame suit, right?
Yeah.
And there's this glitch for people where his friggin' cape comes out in front and doesn't look properly. People paid $14 plus a piece for this, and it's not even thing. Like when you're charging people more money over the full price game, yes, it goes on sale, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I got it on a sale, but it's just like if you're like, come on, you
Yeah.
gotta meet us somewhere. It's just like I don't know, man. It's a crazy thing, and especially too because like, do you remember when that whole Canada's price is just gonna go up like crazy thing happened? Because it used to be that games were $60, right?
It used to be
Like
games
back
were
at
$50, man, if I remember properly. And then they went to 60, and I was like, what the heck? And then
yeah,
that's when I got out of the consoles. Because then, like, I don't buy games new, I guess. Not new, but like on release, I guess.
yeah,
I don't like paying full price. If I'm getting a game on PC, I'm gonna go to like one of the sites that have like discounts, like Green Man Gaming usually have really good discounts. Um,
yeah,
even on release, like new release games. I think I got Cyberpunk for like 10% off or something like that. It's not huge because it's obviously new release. But it's
hmm,
something, right? Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I got out of console gaming when games were like $60 a piece. And now that I see it, aren't they supposed to go up to like 90 or $100 a game now?
No,
But
it's already happened. So for exclusives on PlayStation, so they're staying at 80 if it's like a cross like over every console. Some of the ones though too are still going up to the 90. But if it's a console exclusive, so like the first game that I had that with was Ratchet and Clank. But I thoroughly enjoyed that game. So that game I was fine. I thoroughly enjoyed that game. It's
yeah,
a very great game. Rift Apart, very great game. So I thoroughly enjoyed that. Didn't mind it. Like, but when I saw it, I was like, wait a minute, because it was before also too. Because for PlayStation Online, they didn't charge taxes, and then that thing we talked
the
about happened,
tax, yeah,
and so now there's taxes.
yeah,
So now it's basically like, well, it's $100 a game if it's an exclusive now if I'm buying it. So it's yeah, it's. But it was just like I don't remember because there was a specific reason why it happened, but they just did it to Canada. Because like in the US, I keep hearing them saying, obviously our dollar is different, but they're still at like $60, and they were like complaining that it, or they were at 50 and they complained about it going to 60. And I was just like, hey, I would love to be at 60 Canadian for a game like a piece. Like it's
yeah. Even at
and
60, I thought it was expensive. Like, man, I remember having the Xbox 360 and being like, I guess I'm playing this game for like the rest of my life. I'm not gonna buy another game for a while. Like, damn.
yeah,
I was like,
it's it's nice. It's nice.
yeah, I
But
think I'm in a position where I don't need to play the newest game immediately, so I can always wait. So yeah, it's
for some reason I'm not there. I have to play it right up. I don't do it for every single game, but like for example, I know when that Guardians game comes out, I'm gonna get it right away. I know when I'm always messing up the name. It's like this PlayStation. I think it's Akina and the Spirit something. It that just got delayed too.
yeah, I
But
think I saw some. I'm on a IGN and it's just a list of games that are delayed.
yeah,
Kenna, Bridge of Spirits.
yeah, yeah. Why did I say? I keep doing that. I keep wanting to say Akina and the Bee for some reason. I don't know why. But sorry, Kina and the Bridge of Spirits. Sorry. That's what the game's called. But yeah, like I know I'm gonna get that right away.
This is
Friggin'
coming out a day
Horizon, which I
before
was
your birthday, no? September
yeah, I got
21st?
pushed to that now. Yeah, I got pushed to that. That was actually the day I was supposed to be born. I was a day late. But that got pushed back. It was supposed to come out in August. Well, this month. Can't believe it's August. But
Yeah.
yeah, like
Horizon
oh,
Dawn.
oh,
Isn't that one also delayed too?
yes, Horizon, yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn. That was supposed to come out later this year, but that got pushed to 2022. There was rumors of God of War. I don't think they explicitly said, but it was rumors that the new God of War was supposed to be this year, but now it's looking like 2022.
2022, yeah.
Far Cry 6 was supposed to be February this year. I think it got pushed to May, and then it got pushed to October. So I think they'll stay. My fingers are crossed because I'm excited for that one. That they'll stay October, but I know I'm gonna get that right away. But yeah, that's video games. But I don't know. I again with delays, I understand it, and especially when it makes the game better, great. But if it's where it's just like it's still a problem, it's just like what was the point? But or maybe delay it more, right? It's just like delay it more. But the last thing I want to finish off with, it doesn't have to do with video games, because this episode will release on the day that the greatest season starts, and that season is Virgo season, and that's where I become way powerful because I have the pleasure of ending Virgo season every year because September 22nd is the last day. So Virgo season, August 23rd. Let's go Virgos. We're humble people, but we're also the greatest. We got like what? Michael Jackson, Dave Chappelle, Beyonce, me, Tejas, a bunch of people. Like it's just crazy. It's just crazy. There's a bunch of people I'm forgetting too, but crazy list of people. It's just lit. Virgo
How
season.
dare
Let's
you
go.
include yourself in that list of god tier people?
Hold on, time out, hold on. I wasn't trying to say that, but also hype me up, bro. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? Be like, how dare you go on the god tier list? What the fuck? Yo, hype me up, son.
It's
I'm sitting here going, oh, Ricky's always right. Hype me up once.
Okay, but that's because you told me that Presbyterian was not a branch of religion.
That's been another episode of On the List. You know what? I can't wait to rewatch that after this because that was bad, bro. I was laughing hard at you. Like it was like belly laughing, like Ricky's an idiot.
I found the exact time. I'll send you the time that you
I know you
got it. I was like,
I'm gonna make that the clip. I have an idea for it too. I have an idea for it. You might see some SpongeBob in there, but I have an idea for it. So I'm excited for that to be the clip. I think I'm gonna make that the clip for tomorrow because that was just two jokes.
Before we end it, I think there's a new movie, right? Free Guy, which is also about a video game here.
Oh yeah, that just came out.
Yeah, you haven't seen it, right?
No. I haven't seen it. Okay, I've been hearing good.
Yeah,
I've been hearing good things
about it.
Maybe because aren't we gonna? We'll talk off air, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But yeah, but maybe we'll end it on one more thing, just gaming together in the future. So,
yes,
we had talked about gaming, and we were already planning to play A Way Out. But we found out that there is no crossplay, so we're trying to figure out what kind of games we could play together. Dante's not a first-person shooter because he's kind of sus.
The disrespect at the end of this podcast. I can't be in a god tier list, and I'm shit. You didn't have to say that. You could have just been like, "Oh, we're looking for a certain game." What was that? Why did I get a shot? What was that? What the fuck was that?
I'm trying to help them narrow it down because Apex is gone, Fortnite is gone, Warzone is gone. Because we can only do PC.
I don't want to get mad though. I could do a first-person shooter. It can't be Call of Duty because I'm gonna get aggravated. I know I'm just gonna be very mad. If we play Call of Duty, I'm gonna be very mad.
Have you played a battle royale before?
Yes, I've played a battle royale before.
You don't have.
I played Fortnite. I've played Warzone.
Why do you get mad at Warzone? You just die and
what?
you keep. Why do you get?
No. I get mad at Call of Duty.
No. But Call of Duty. Warzone is Call of Duty.
Warzone is Call of Duty, right?
Yeah.
So I get mad at Call of Duty.
Yeah, why?
I think me and my brother played it for a bit. That's the only time I played it. So
okay.
We played it,
you play too serious, man. When we play, if we die, just run it again. It is what it is, You can't.
No, I meant like. I guess I more meant like team deathmatch.
No. Yeah, no. I don't.
We talked about our rage.
Yeah,
in those games.
Those are not crossplay. Only the battle royale ones. Which is.
Oh, it is crossplay.
Only the battle
is it free? Oh, I could download it, right?
All of them are Warzone, Apex, and Fortnite are all free. So maybe we can play those in the future. But we're trying to figure out how to play more like the co-op games. Maybe on Switch we could play some games. Oh, Mario, and golf, Ace Golf. That one I was telling you about. That one seems fun too. Oh yeah,
I gotta scoop that though.
But yeah, same. But if you guys have any game suggestions between PC and console or Switch games that you guys might want to see us play in the future, just let us know in the comments below.
Yes, that'll be the question of the week. And also too, because I think I put it in the description in the last video, but our name changed. Our YouTube channel name changed, our social media name changed, because we're like, we're not a network. Ricky was smart. Ricky was like, I have an idea. And I was like, that's a great idea. So we're now Dante and Ricky. Instagram's hating right now, so the username changed to Dante and Ricky, but it's still showing DMRW for the name. So when they get me out of that jail thing I'm in or whatever for 14 days, I'll change it to Dante and Ricky too. But everywhere, so TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and the YouTube channel is now Dante and Ricky. Much easier, you know, because we're Dante and Ricky. We overthought the names.
Yeah.
We were overthinking names so much. But you know what? What are we? Dante and Ricky.
Yeah, I don't know how many Dante and Ricky combos there are in this
Yes,
world.
exactly.
So I was like, yeah, let's just do
Exactly. Yeah, so podcast name's still on the ledger, Dante and Ricky, but overall, everything else, Dante and Ricky.
Oh, you messed that up too, man.
I did mess up the podcast name. On the ledge with Dante and Ricky, and then everything else is Dante and Ricky.
Yeah.
But yes, that has been another episode of Dante and Ricky. I'm Dante.
And I'm Ricky. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.